Hello, welcome to Led by the Word, Not the World. My name is Yenny Villanueva, and I will be your hostess for the day. I am truly so blessed to be back here sitting down speaking about God. I really couldn't be more thankful to God. He surely has a way of working his way around things. When you decide to trust him and when you decide to leave everything for him, to serve him, he truly has a way of working his will out for you, and he has a purpose for every single one of you guys. So I'm so excited to be back. For those of you guys who don't know me, I am a 22-year-old. I started this podcast back in 2025, I want to say. I can't believe we're already in 2026, but I started this podcast when I was truly coming out of a huge hole in my life. I had just ended a relationship. I was healing. This is my second year being single, which I'm so proud of. I was in a different stage of life, working, just hustling, because when you're out of a relationship, all you want to do is distract yourself and heal and focus on yourself. Y gracias a Dios, that's exactly what I did. It's been 2 years and I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be more healed. There is still so much healing to do, but in so many aspects of my life, but genuinely, I didn't think I was going to be here. I just quit my 9 to 5 and I couldn't be any happier. Realmente, there is no money that can buy happiness and peace. And even though hustling genuinely helps a lot, pay bills and save up money, and we all have our dreams and goals, I felt like I was living such a rushed life and I was so tired. I was mentally drained. I was unhappy. And yes, I was making money. And I am so grateful for the job I had, because genuinely, God is so good to me all the time. The job I had was providing for me, for my family. At the end of the day, even though money is not fully the main purpose of life, and it's not completely important, it is important. You know, you do have bills to pay and you do have rent to pay. But I am deciding to, for once in my life, trust God and go fully into serving him. There is so much growth that needs to be done still, and there's so much that I still need to learn. But I am just ready. I am ready for what God has for me, and I am being faithful. I am just trusting that whatever he has for me is the best. I do believe that he has a purpose for each and every one of you guys. And when you decide to let go of everything that is worldly, when you decide to let go of your life, and there is going to be fear, because at the end of the day, por más que uno no quiera, I think, and sorry for the Spanglish, I think that you are human at the end of the day, and you do have fears. So you guys, I do have to pay rent and I do have bills to pay, but I am just trusting God and knowing that at the end of the day, he knows what he's going to do for my life, and he already has a plan, a beautiful, perfect plan for my life. So I am super excited to start this new journey of serving him, and this podcast is just the start of something amazing. There's so much more that I want to do for God. And at the end of the day, I think my biggest purpose, my biggest goal with this podcast is not to come on here and be like, you know what, I am more perfect than you. I don't sin. I am this and I am that. No, at the end of the day, my goal for this podcast is to create a safe space for absolutely everyone. If you're a non-believer, if you believe, if you're not too sure of what you believe, I just want this space to be for everyone who believes, who doesn't believe, and we are all human. I think we forget that we are all human. Remember when I started my journey with God, you start reading the Bible and you start doing your research and you start believing more and more and more and more. You really start realizing that there's so much. Every single day, there's so much that you learn. There's so much that people do that sometimes I'm like, you shouldn't be doing that. And then you reflect and you're like, wait, I also do that because sometimes we do stuff without even thinking about it. We adapt to a very complicated, scary world, and that's absolutely fine. But I think that most of the time when we see someone who goes to church, we expect so much for them. And I don't know why we do this as humanity. We have so many expectations. Like if we see someone going to the gym, we expect for them to be all strong and the muscle and eating perfectly good and being healthy and this and that. And it's like some people go to the gym, some people go to church because they are truly broken. True, the truth is, I personally go to church because I am a broken human being, and I am sure God is tired of me. I don't know if he cries with me or if he laughs with me. I like to think he laughs at me because genuinely I come to this man with everything, absolutely everything. I am like, God, I lost my job. God, what do I do? God, this, God, that. God, please take this away. God, what am I doing? Every single day there's something up. Every single day he deals with me. That's what I love about him, that I came to him as a broken human being, and slowly but surely he has been doing his thing and working through me. And that's why I have decided to come back to Led by the Word, Not the World. I was feeling I feel like I wasn't good enough for God. I feel like I wasn't good enough to create a podcast faith-based because I am not the best faithful person, and my faith is not always the best. But I think that's the best quality that someone can have, because God is not looking for qualified people. God is looking for broken souls, and I genuinely want this space to feel welcoming. I don't want anyone to feel judged. God is love, and I want this space to be safe for everyone, for questions, I receive a lot of messages sometimes of girlies on Instagram, and that makes me so happy. I think that's why on TikTok too, I've met beautiful people who have texted me and they're like, what happened to your podcast? I missed your podcast. And that's why I do what I do, because at the end of the day, even if I don't feel qualified enough to do a certain thing, I want people to know that I am not here to tell you how to do things the right way or to teach you absolutely nothing. I am not here to teach you anything. I am here to share everything that I have learned, everything that I have gone through with Jesus, and how beautiful he is and how much transformation he has done in my life. And there is so much growth that I still need to do, especially with my music. He convicts me a lot with my music because I love my corridos and I love everything that has to do with reggaeton, and I genuinely, that's something that I have been fighting my brain because I want to just give my whole life up for Jesus and just become a better person. Someone to go from listening to one thing and then go into listening to another type of music, and it's hard, but I truly just, I want to be open with you guys about everything, and I want to be transparent. And this is who I am. I'm a 22-year-old unemployed girly who is just trying her best. And I hope that this podcast helps us feel safe and heard. And I will be sharing a bunch of experiences throughout this journey, but I hope that you guys stay. And if you don't, that's totally fine. You are not forced to stay. I end this episode. I did want to end the episode with a verse from the Bible. If you have your Bible with you, I just want to read you a little verse. And it's on Proverbs 3, verse 5, y dice así: trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not rely on your own understanding. I think a lot of us struggle with this, especially overthinkers. I am an overthinker. I overthink absolutely everything. And the one thing that I can say is when you let go and let God, there's just so many beautiful things that happen. There is so much more on the other side of control. I am a control freak, I'm always trying to control everything in my life. Absolutely everything. The time I wake up, the time I go to sleep, the time I eat, the time I do this, the time I do that. I am always overthinking. And the one thing I can say is after quitting my job, a job that was providing for me, a job that was giving me the money, I can say I'm just going to trust God and let God, let go and let God. Y que sea lo que Dios quiera. And God's plans are always more perfect than yours. So at the end of the day, He provides. He knows best. That's what makes us human, that we don't know everything. We genuinely don't know everything. We go as we go and we learn as we learn and we fall as we fall and y así vamos, por la vida tropezándonos. And I think that's what makes us human, just not knowing. We don't know. And that's why it's important to rely on someone who does. And that is God. Yeah, guys, thank you so much for those of you guys who stayed the whole entire episode. I am truly so happy, so excited to get to know you guys and just create a beautiful community and a safe space for everyone who wants to get to know Jesus. He is amazing and He loves you. So if no one has told you this today, I hope you know that you are loved, that you have a purpose, and whatever it is that purpose is for you, trust, leave it to God. He knows best. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. This was Led by the Word, Not the World, and I'll see you soon in the next episode. Bye.